Have you ever wondered if a person can truly change? If a single act of kindness can ripple through generations? Or if love can truly conquer all, even in the darkest of times? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most powerful stories ever told, Victor Hugo's masterpiece, Les Misérables. This isn't just a story about a man who stole a loaf of bread. It's an epic journey through 19th century France, a tale of revolution, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of a better life. It explores the very essence of what it means to be human, to struggle, to fall, and to get back up again. So grab a seat, and let's journey into the heart of Paris, where the lives of the wretched and the hopeful intertwine in a story that has captivated the world for over 150 years. Our story begins with Jean Valjean, a man broken by the system. After 19 long, brutal years in prison for stealing a loaf of bread to feed his starving sister's child, he's finally released. But he isn't free. He's branded by a yellow passport, a mark of his criminal past that closes every door in his face. He's shunned, despised, and forced to sleep on the streets. The world has taught him nothing but bitterness and hate. Desperate and alone, he stumbles upon the doorstep of Bishop Myriel, a genuinely kind and compassionate man. The bishop offers him food, warmth, and a bed, treating him with a dignity Valjean hasn't known in decades. But old habits die hard. In the dead of night, consumed by his old desperation, Valjean steals the bishop's silver and flees. He doesn't get far. The police catch him and drag him back to the bishop, the stolen silver in hand. Valjean expects the worst, a life sentence back in the galleys. But then, the unthinkable happens. The bishop looks at the police and says, "Why, I gave them to him. You forgot to take the silver candlesticks, my friend. They are worth at least as much as the rest." With this single, stunning act of mercy, the bishop buys Valjean's soul from evil and gives it back to God. This moment is the turning point. Valjean is shaken to his core. He takes the candlesticks and disappears into the world, vowing to become an honest man. This act of grace sets the stage for everything that follows, a promise that will haunt and guide him for the rest of his life. Years pass. Jean Valjean, using a new name, Monsieur Madeleine, becomes a wealthy factory owner and the beloved mayor of a small town. He's a pillar of his community, known for his charity and kindness, but his past is a shadow that never leaves him. And that shadow has a name: Inspector Javert. Javert is a man of rigid, unbending law. He sees the world in black and white. There are criminals and there are honest men, with no room for change. He served as a guard at the prison where Valjean was held and vaguely recognizes the mayor. He becomes obsessed, convinced that this respectable Monsieur Madeleine is, in fact, the convict he's been hunting. Meanwhile, a young woman named Fantine works in Valjean's factory. She is a single mother, desperately trying to provide for her young daughter, Cosette, who lives with a cruel and greedy couple, the Thénardiers. When her secret is discovered, Fantine is fired. She spirals into poverty, selling her hair, her teeth, and eventually herself, all to send money to the Thénardiers, who lie about Cosette's needs and abuse the child. Valjean, tormented by guilt over his role in her downfall, finds Fantine on her deathbed. He promises her he will find and raise Cosette as his own. Just as he makes this vow, Javert closes in. To save an innocent man wrongly identified as him, Valjean reveals his true identity in a dramatic courtroom scene. He is arrested, but his promise to Fantine gives him the strength to escape once more. Valjean finds little Cosette, a frightened, neglected child forced to work as a drudge in the Thénardiers' squalid inn. He pays the greedy innkeepers an exorbitant sum to take her away, and for the first time, both Valjean and Cosette experience the warmth of a loving family. They flee to Paris, constantly on the run from the relentless Javert. They find sanctuary in a convent, where Cosette grows into a beautiful young woman and Valjean finds peace as a gardener. For years, they live a quiet, hidden life. But the world outside their sheltered walls is changing. Political unrest is brewing in the streets of Paris. As a teenager, Cosette longs to see the world beyond the convent walls. During a walk in a public garden, her eyes meet those of a handsome young student and idealist named Marius Pontmercy. It's love at first sight for both of them. Marius is a revolutionary, part of a group of students who dream of a new, just republic for France. He's estranged from his wealthy royalist grandfather and lives a life of noble poverty. He begins to follow Cosette, desperate to know who she is. This brings him into the orbit of the Thénardiers, who have also moved to Paris and now lead a gang of criminals. The web of fate connecting all our characters grows tighter. The Thénardiers' desperate daughter, Eponine, is secretly in love with Marius. Though it breaks her heart, she helps him find Cosette's house. Marius and Cosette begin meeting in secret in the garden, their love blossoming in the quiet Parisian nights. But Valjean, ever fearful of being discovered, decides they must flee again, this time to England. The news devastates Marius. At the same time, the students' planned revolution erupts. Heartbroken and believing he has lost Cosette forever, Marius decides to join his friends at the barricades, ready to die for his cause. The streets of Paris become a battlefield. Valjean discovers Marius's love for Cosette and his plan to die at the barricade. His heart is torn. If Marius dies, Cosette will be heartbroken, but Valjean will have her all to himself. If Marius lives, Valjean will likely lose her. In an ultimate act of selfless love, he decides he must save the young man for Cosette's sake. He goes to the barricade not to fight, but to protect Marius. There he finds Javert, who has been captured by the revolutionaries. Instead of taking revenge, Valjean spares Javert's life and sets him free, a final act of mercy that mirrors the bishop's all those years ago. The army storms the barricade. Nearly everyone is killed. Marius is gravely wounded. As the battle rages, Valjean finds his unconscious body and carries him into the sewers of Paris, a nightmarish labyrinth beneath the city. He trudges for miles through filth and darkness, determined to save the boy his daughter loves. When he finally emerges, he comes face to face with Javert. But something in Javert has broken. Valjean's mercy has shattered his rigid worldview. He cannot reconcile the criminal he has hunted with the righteous man who saved his life. Unable to arrest Valjean or let him go, Javert walks to the river Seine and takes his own life, defeated by a grace he cannot comprehend. Valjean delivers Marius to his grandfather's house to recover. Marius and Cosette are finally reunited and plan their wedding. Valjean, believing his dark past would tarnish their happiness, gives them his fortune as a dowry and confesses his true identity to Marius. He then prepares to disappear from their lives forever, his promise to Fantine fulfilled. He slowly fades away in lonely solitude, his life's purpose complete. But Marius, after learning the full truth from a spiteful Thénardier, realizes that it was Valjean who saved him at the barricade. He and Cosette rush to Valjean's side, finding him on his deathbed. He dies peacefully in their arms, bathed in the light of the 2 silver candlesticks he kept all his life. In his final moments, he finds the love, forgiveness, and redemption he sought for so long. His life, a testament to the power of love and the endurance of the human spirit, finally comes to a peaceful end. Les Misérables is more than a story. It's a profound statement about society, justice, and the incredible capacity of the human heart for both darkness and light. It reminds us that a person is more than their worst mistake and that compassion can be the most revolutionary act of all. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through one of literature's greatest epics. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.